Hey everyone, Art Lucier here. We just pulled up to a place where we're gathering with some intercessors here. Victory Church in Saint John's, Newfoundland. Got here last night. I don't know what 2:22 in the morning. Yes. I know that's when we got our hotel room, our good hotel room. Anyway, we just Art and Kirk here in Saint John's, quickly talking about fasting. This fast for the nation, it's not just about these 40 days. There's people fasting at all different times, in all different ways. And some of you know that. We just want to encourage you with that, not to get religious about it, but some things only come by prayer and fasting. When Dean and myself were talking about this last September about fasting and what should we do for all of October before we hit the first battle for Canada, I said, I'm going to fast for 31 days, just water. And Dean goes, but you're doing all this, this, and this. He goes, you got to be careful, be led of the Lord. And so we were talking about this. Well, what should we do? How do we do it? Like I have done just water fast before. I've done one this year for 11 days, and there was some breakthrough. And I've done different. I'm personally on a keto fast right now, and I'll tell you why. Last September, out of the blue, when me and Dean Briggs were talking about fasting, Charlie Robinson phoned and says, I had a dream. Yeah. And that whole dream about this keto fast brought the whole team into ketosis, and all the kids came into order. It was just the craziest thing.
And he didn't even know the terminology keto, ketosis. He just saw the word in the dream. He didn't even understand what it meant.
He didn't.
At the time.
It was an answer to prayer, though, because I was like, what do I do, God? You know, so do you have a 30-second, 60-second encouragement for Canada on fasting, or how, or different ways? We're going to send this out to all of our partners. I myself am on keto for 40 days, which means I'm just getting away the junk food and the carbs and the sugars and stuff. And But what's one of the more successful fasts you've ever done personally with you and the Lord?
I would say most successful is probably the Esther Fast, a short Esther Fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was 3 days without food or water. We were.
I made it 2.5 days, no water.
So but this is like the grace of God. Something like that I typically wouldn't enter into unless the Lord was leading into something like that. But the Lord gave us dreams at Eastgate House of Prayer, dealing with a python spirit, and we were supposed to do 5 nights of praise and a 3-day fast, Esther Fast that he confirmed. And we started by the second night, it broke, the power broke, the python spirit broke off, and there was a release. And I was getting calls the next day, it seemed like almost every half an hour, with regards to the breakthroughs that were coming through. And so that was just simply being led by the grace of God to say, yes, I will position myself this way. I'll give myself to you this way. I'm offering I'm laying down my strength and moving into what would be the naturally, like into natural weakness, to take on your strength and your grace, to be able to speak to, prophetically decree over the things that are on your heart. And as we did that, we saw crazy breakthrough. So now's the season of fasting. We call it Eastgate House of Prayer, the fellowship. We're right now in a 40-day fast. There's a chain going on right now. We're contending for breakthrough for our own house, as we've been contending for over a decade now for Canada and the purposes that God has for Canada. We're praying for the family of EHOB, and at the same, we're praying into the battle for Canada. So we're locked in, we're in this, and we're believing for a major shift as we gather in Saint John, New Brunswick.
Fantastic. The Esther Fast. No food, no water. Be led of the Lord, but you can do it. You will not die, especially when the Lord calls you. So Kirk and Art signing out, Saint John's, Newfoundland. God bless you, Canada, as you contend and fast. Bless you.